Welcome back, everybody. We're going to be finishing off the series. Episode 1 did really well, and Episode 2 did really badly. Let's see how this does, I guess. As per usual, we got all the starter Pokemon. This time it's the final forms. We'll see where they go. Peak Fiction, great. Good, mid, bad, and what the fuck is this? Let's get into it. Sorry, I'm a bit tired. Venusaur, that's Peak Fiction. Definitely the best, in my opinion, of the Kanto starters, because he's the most unique, right? Like, Blastoise, turtle, right? Charizard, dragon. But Venusaur is frog, dinosaur, plant monster. Also, I learned about this flower on its back. For some reason, people, like, it's a badass flower, because scientists all agree that it smells like human flesh. I have so many questions about that. It's like, how, first of all, how'd they all simultaneously agree on that? Second of all, how do they know what that smells like? That will have to wait, though, because that has nothing to do with what we're doing here. Charizard, he's iconic. Like, I know that he's overrated, but like, and gets a lot of hype from Game Freak, but he's still, you can't admit, he's great. He's good. You know, look at him. It's a fucking dragon with fire on its tail. How can you not like that? I also love how in the anime he's just a cocky dipshit. Blastoise. I think a lot of the 2D art does some of these guys really bad, and Blastoise I think is one of them. I think we see like none of his design in this 2D art, but you know he's great, right? Definitely weakest of the three, but I mean, look at him. It's badass turtle with cannons on his back. What really holds him back from going up further in the list is that sometimes they stop making him look tanky and they make him look more fat. Like, there's a difference between being fat and being tanky, and sometimes they blur the line. Thing is, Meganium, it's not even that bad of a design. I just as an artist, I feel like I see what other people can't. I see all the missed opportunities, and that really bothers me, especially coming off of Bayleaf, which was really good. Like, to give you an idea, like, you know how when we're all children, we all think stupid things, like, I don't know, we all probably thought that Skarmory was Gen 3, for example. I used to think that Meganium and Bayleaf were separate Pokemon, because of how much better Bayleaf was than Meganium. It's just, ugh. They drop the ball so hard. It's so bland. It's just flour, and that's it. Typhlosion. So they also dropped the ball on this one. I mean, like, I'm kind of used to them because I've had to use them before, so I'll put them in eh. But how would they think they can get away with this? It's just, there's like no fire on them, especially after they did so much well with Cyndaquil, and they slowly just start going downhill. I hate it. It's so bland. I don't know why they did that. For Alligator, I mean, you guys know about Totodile is my son, right? Therefore, for Alligator is also my son. So glad I picked him when I played through Heart Gold Soul Silver, or otherwise I would have been raging. Just look at him, like jolly little crocodile. Or alligator, I guess. But also, I think the art does him a bit dirty in this too. He looks a bit derpy. In the games, he looks so much better. I like how he's just ferocious, but also like silly. Like, at the same time, it's crazy. He looks badass, and I like that they didn't just go with the same shade of blue that they did for Blastoise. I like that they went for more of like an aqua. He's so devious. Also, yeah, he's also really menacing. If you look it up, this guy's 7'7". He's tall as fuck. Except another one of my children. I mean, just look at it. It's a tree Dilophosaurus ninja or something. It's awesome. Like, Sceptile walked so Greninja could run. Just look at him. I tend to lean towards the grass starters for their final forms. I feel like they're the most consistently good. But I mean, just like, I feel like the only thing with this is like maybe it could have more red on its design. But as it is, I think it's awesome. Blaziken, that's what I call kickin' chicken. Look at this motherfucker. But like, firefighting is such a badass type combo. Like, now that there's so many firefighting starters, we don't really take them. We take them for granted now. But kids in 2003 were probably just raving at the idea that a firefighting starter existed just at all. I mean, like, look at him. Like, he kicks. He has like these cool claws, this cool dragon face with this like odd haircut. I don't know how to explain it. And his his legs have like a cool like pants like action pattern on them, like he's in a comic strip. It's awesome. It's awesome. Swampert, and yeah, I unfortunately don't have the megas on this list, but whatever. Again, weakest of the three. I feel like water starters are the worst usually, but he's still great. Like Hoenn had the best trio going because none of these miss. You're always gonna have a hard time picking when you're playing through Hoenn unless you already made a team in advance. I mean, I just the only reason he doesn't stick for me is I feel like these guys are more on the badass side and he's more on like the kind of side. He's just more on the. He looks a bit goofy, a little bit manic. I love him though. I love him. Like just like with Mudkip, the orange does him a lot of favors. I feel like that helps a lot too, and the fins are really unique. Also, water ground is crazy, crazy good typing. Torterra. It's so good. It's so good. It's the world turtle from mythology. Get it? Because Sinnoh is all about mythology. Like, it's genius. It's genius. He looks so badass and so stoic. He also looks super bulky. This is definitely what Blastoise wishes he was. The only thing dragging him down is his typing. Grass ground, you have so many weaknesses. But at least you have Stab Earthquake. I don't know. He looks really rustic, really old, and if anyone who's seen the Let's Go Pikachu movie knows that he looks awesome on the big screen. I mean, awesome. Like, hyper-realistic. Infernape? I think Infernape is just Beta Blaziken, I'll be real. Like, I used to, if you asked me, like, a couple months ago, I would have put him in, like, tier, you know? But because I've played Sinnoh a couple more times now, I'm more used to him, because, I mean, in Sinnoh, you have to pick him sometimes, because he's the only freaking fire type. So, I'll put him in, feeling great or good? I'd say great. I think, again, this art probably doesn't do him much justice. I think the art makes him look a bit elongated, if that makes sense. But he's good, you know, a little fire monkey, based off of Sun Wukong, again, leaning into the whole mythology thing. Napoleon, I'm gonna... I don't like it that much. I'm sorry. Honestly, here. You know, we're going to make some changes. We're going to move you up to A, and we're going to move Typhlosion down to mid. Because Ant is sort of like my B/C tier. I feel like he looks too chunky. Like, the face, I like the idea of the trident face, but I feel like it covers up too much of his actual face, and now he looks just kind of dopey. He looks a bit too plump. Like, I can't imagine this thing being agile. And the black doesn't really go well with the blue. I wish it was like his OG Diamond and Pearl sprite, where instead of black, this was like a darker blue, and this was the same shade, so it would like mesh into each other better. Because as it stands, it looks like he's just wearing something. It doesn't look like this is part of his being. Also, how did they make Napoleon, one of the worst people in history, share a Pokemon slot with fucking Poseidon? Oh god, I really hope we never get a Germany region if we're doing dictators for starter Pokemon. Oh my god, I'm gonna get cancelled for saying that. Superior. That's just bad. I'm sorry, but what are you trying to do here, bro? Also, how are you gonna evolve and lose limbs? That would be so actually terrifying. Just as you get older, your limbs fall off, like they shrivel up like raisins and then just fall off like branches or something like that. That must be terrifying. No wonder he always looks so just emotionless. Dude wants to be a child again. Dude wants to be a Snivy again. Also, I mean, I think he's supposed to be like a French nobleman, but his design is kind of bland. He gives like Paldea starter or like Galar starter vibes, where he's simultaneously over and under designed. Emboar. I think I'm going to give him great tier. You know, people shit on Emboar for being another firefighting starter in a row, firefighting. But, like, I personally, since my first game I played was X and Y, but my first like introduction to the franchise was Unova. So like since I wasn't there for like Hoenn, I don't really it's not as personal for me, you know? I don't really care that there's three firefighting starters. Just as long as they tone down on it in the future because it isn't something I lived through. But I like it, you know? It's just I think it's better than Infernape if I'm going to be honest, but I'm not ordering these tiers. Just big macho pig. I also looked up what he was based off of. Apparently he's based off of like an emperor from an old novel. And I just think that's super badass. Although if he's based off of an emperor and he's supposed to look like he's wearing armor, he could have just been a fire steel, if we're gonna be honest. And Samurott could have been the fighting type. Speaking of which, Samurott, I think he can hang with the biggins. You know, he's just barely peak fiction. Like him and Charizard are like within an inch of each other, but I mean, like, a samurai sea lion goes so hard, and I love that he has the swords that he unsheaths from his like little gauntlets or whatever. He has the big like, unicorn horn on him. He has the crazy like stoic mustache, and he's always in a badass pose. Well, I guess this is like the only pose he can really do, but just looking at him. But still, I think he's cool. Chestnut. This is one that gets shit on a lot. The only issue I really have with Chestnut is that he didn't stick with the like nut pattern, you know? Because like the Chespin line is supposed to hang on. I'm not putting him in what the fuck is this tier. I'm just gonna have him sit here while I monologue. I feel like he should have been more like his shiny, which was here shiny. What's it called? Chestnut. Because this, yeah, look at this. This looked more like a chestnut. And I don't know. I feel like if this was it, nobody would really have a problem with it. I think most people hate on Chestnut because they could stand Quilladin, which is again not a Pokemon I really have a problem with. But I'm probably biased because you know, like I said before, Gen 6 is my first generation. I feel like this made him look better. The pale color scheme is a bit odd. He should have been more on the nut side of things. Just chestnut. Yeah, chestnuts are. But yeah, if we look at an image of this, I'm gonna have to blur out because I'm sharing my location with Google. Yeah, like this. He should have looked more like this. That's my only issue, though. Other than that, I think he looks pretty cool. 2D art doesn't do him any justice, but he goes in good tier. Delphox, my child, my first Pokemon. But I have to be honest with myself. This is like a good tier. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Greninja. I don't think I'm as big as Greninja on anyone else. Wow. I don't think I'm as big on Greninja as everybody else. I messed that up. But I still think he's great. I think he's peak fiction. But if you ask me, he's like near the bottom of this tier. Decidueye. This thing's badass. I barely ever pick. Usually when I play through Alola, I pick Incineroar. But from what time I've spent with him, he's fine, I guess. I mean, honestly, he's a pretty weak starter Pokemon. His design has to carry him, which, good thing for you, it does. He looks like fucking Robin Hood. Incineroar, the heal Pokemon, the meta-breaking fighting fire dark son of a bitch. I love this thing. My only issue with him is that I feel like his hands and head are a bit too big. I'm noticing with these tier lists, I complain a lot about hands and heads. Okay. Primarina? What the fuck is this? See, everybody's like, oh, I hate how feminine it is. For me, it's not that it's feminine, it's that it looks like it can't do anything. Like, all these starter Pokemon, you can at least look at them and you're like, oh yeah, this thing's powerful. Like, even, like, Meganium, you can be like, oh yeah, I can see this thing shooting like a solar beam or something at me. But Primarina, it doesn't look like it would hurt a fly. Like, I think the color palette is mismatched. Again, the white doesn't do it any justice. Like, it makes it look pale, like Chestnut. I feel like it's such a weird departure from Poplio. And also, those pink spikes. It's leaning on them. It's leaning on the spikes. How do you exist? I can't stand that. And Rillaboom. We're feeling for Rillaboom. It's good. It's good, alright. It's alright. It's just a monkey, I guess. This thing easily could have been like a normal type encounter in like late game Alola. But it's alright. I guess I like the drums, but the drums aren't part of it, so whatever. It's just boring design, but it gets the job done well enough for me to not boot it off the team. Cinderace, this thing is... I mean, my opinion on it changes, like, every day. Like, if you ask me, like, today I'm feeling it good, but if you asked me yesterday, I probably would have put it in, like, eh. If there was a tier in between these, I say that like I can't just make one, it would be there. But I'm gonna put it in good. I'm feeling nice, even though overall I really hate the Galar starters. The Sabo line was so bad. I don't know what they were thinking. It's just elongated pencil lizard. Its proportions are off. It has human hands. And it will just look wrong. Picture like a dog with human hands. It's so wrong. Also, they're huge. It's so just jumbled together. It barely even looks like the secret agent that it's supposed to be. Like, freaking Empoleon looks like more of one because it has like the suit and tie and collar aesthetic going, but it looks like a butler. That's the vibe it gives me from how it's dressed. Hisuian Typhlosion. This was an upgrade off of the original, but it's still a bland design. They really should have filled in the belly with some like patterns or some extra fire or something. Or maybe giving it like some cool like arm claws or something. I don't know. It's definitely better though, I guess. This is Hisuian Samurott, bro. This has got to be one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. Because it just takes Samurott and makes it red and black. It's crazy. I feel like the Pokemon Company, whenever they make forms of things, the main thing they're concerned about is the color palette. Like, the reason everybody loves Mega Charizard X is because it's black and blue. Which nobody expected, and it's a binary concept. I feel like the reason why everybody likes this is because it's red and black and blue. Which is badass. I mean, I talked about how I think in the last one, I talked about how I like black and red things, because who doesn't? This is also ant here. The original one, I think this one's just probably a better Pokemon, because it's grass fighting, which is a pretty solid type, aside from, if you're going against a flying type. But, my god. I don't know what they did. They gave it, like, the weird hat that covers up most of its face, and now I can't see the cool, like, stoic, emotionless bird sniper. Its wings are, like, an odd... I don't like the poopy color. It kind of reminds me of Rellor. And the claws on the feet are too big. It's just... Its proportions are off, and it looks bland. Blander than the original. I don't like it. Meowscarada, that's a what the fuck is this? That is... Hang on, give me a minute. What the actual fuck is this thing? This is okay, usually they try to hide their furry bait for the most part. This is just, listen, I don't hate furries, I have friends that are furries, but this is very clearly supposed to be turning on people. Its in-game sprite has a camel toe, for God's sake. It's bland as hell. It doesn't look like a fucking magician at all. It throws grenades, which is, like, sort of cool, but also makes no sense. Because they're just, like, little flowers. Which also, I don't know. If you ever tried to throw a flower before, you know that they go, like, 1 foot, and then 1 foot, and then just, like, flittle, until they hit the ground. And this thing's whole gimmick is throwing them. Its hand proportions are off. Like, its hands are bigger than its... Like, what are they doing? They cover up most of its face. It's fucking weed cat. It should not be a dark type. It should be a psychic type because it's supposed to be a magician. And again, it doesn't even look like a magician. Goddamn. What were they thinking? One of the worst Pokemon of all time. I'm not even kidding. I hate that thing with a passion, if you can't tell. Skeldurge. I'm so glad I picked Fuecoco. Whenever a new Pokemon game comes out, I don't look at the starters' evolutions. I like to be pleasantly surprised and play like I'm 5 years old. Like I pick whichever version. I pick my version based on the box art legend, not by the exclusives. Because I don't look up the exclusives. I just look up. I just know. I like Miraidon better. I'll pick Violet. And I see these guys. I'm like, oh, I'll pick Fuecoco. I'm so glad I picked Fuecoco because really, if I picked Meowscarada, I would have been so fucking pissed off by the end of the game. I remember looking at my friend's starter because he finished the game before me, and he was like, "Oh, hey, look, I have a Quaquaval." Which I was like, are you kidding me? That's what it evolves into? I'll get to you later. And when I get to you, you'll be roast duck. Fuck you. But this thing's cool. Like, again, cool patterns. The egg that was on its head as a Crocolore is now a little burb, which also looks like a ghost Torchic. The jagged teeth, the white almost skeletal patterns. Its cry is crazy. I like how it's like a singer that's supposed to help the dead go to the afterlife or whatever. And I like how just evil it looks. It has like the eyes of a Sith Lord. Also, I like how weird the fire is. It's just usually when you think of fire, you think, oh, it's gonna be like this. It's gonna flow, and it can be pointy. But no, this fire is like almost cubic. This is like how Minecraft fire is in an alternate universe or something. While I don't think you're as bad as Meowscarada, I think you're definitely as bad as Superior. Again, they were what were they thinking? They made its forehead bigger, not just bigger than its head, but wider than its head. Like I don't care what anyone says, that's not hair. That's they gave it like peacock tail, which is like again, you guys know, I like when they try to fuse two animals together because Venusaur was like a frog and a dinosaur. But this just doesn't fuse together well at all. It's a dancer, but that just it's not you can't take it seriously. It's like Meganium, you can't take it seriously. It's over designed and under designed. I don't like how it's fucking looking at me. It makes this thing should go to Diddy jail. You guys have a good fucking night.